Prime Minister tells both women and men to work for progress. Government creating fright everywhere, alleges BNP. Road mishap leaves 7 dead in Pirozpur. Users think fuel price reduction not to have any real impact. Those were the headlines. You are watching ATN News. Good evening, viewers. I'm Rubaba Ahmed with English Bulletin. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has called upon men and women to work equally for the development of the country. She was addressing an event of Joita marking International Women's Day at Osmani Memorial Auditorium in the capital on Friday morning. She said it never happened that girls could not do well if provided with the opportunity. Bangabandhu's main policy was to create equal rights for men and women, mentioning that women of Bangladesh are ahead in all sectors. The Prime Minister said the government is providing opportunity and women are providing their skills, highlighting different steps undertaken by her government for the development of women. The Prime Minister said she wants to see that women of the country to prove their skills in the global arena as well as crossing the country's boundary. Later, the Prime Minister conferred Joita citations to 5 women for their special contributions in women's development. When people are in a restless situation due to skyrocketing of daily commodities, at that time, members of the cabinet are making farce with that. BNP Standing Committee member Abul Moin Khan made the remark after paying homage to party founder Ziaur Rahman's grave with the leaders of the new committee of Jatiotabadi Chhatra Dal on Friday. Later talking to the media, Moin Khan said the country's economy is now on the brink of collapse. The BNP leader alleged the government has still kept BNP chairperson Begum Khaleda Zia confined out of fear. Earlier, BNP Standing Committee member Amir Khosru Mahmood Chaudhry alleged the government is creating frightful situation everywhere. He made the allegation after International Women's Day program of BNP in the capital got foiled due to obstruction by the police. Seven people have been killed in a tripartite clash of bus, motorbike and auto rickshaw in Pirozpur Shodor. 10 others were hurt in the incident. The mishap occurred at Jhautala bus stoppage on Parerhat at noon. According to police and the auto rickshaw was dropping passengers at Jhautala bus stoppage. At the time, a bus crossing the auto rickshaw was trying to make room for a motorbike coming from the opposite direction, resulting into tripartite clash. 4 people died on the spot. 3 others died on the way to Pirozpur Shodor Hospital. The injured have been sent to different hospitals of Pirozpur, Khulna and Borishal. The rescheduled price of fuel was in effect from Thursday night. The government decided to reschedule the fuel price to adjust it with the global market. As per the new arrangement, the fuel price had been reduced at a minimum price of 75 paisa and maximum price taka 4. So the price of per litre diesel now stands at taka 108 and 25 paisa from taka 109. Petrol per litre taka 122 from taka 125 and octane taka 126 from 130. The users, however, are not satisfied over the reduction of fuel price. They think they will not get the benefit of fuel price adjustment made to keep pace with the global market. The economists of the country think the government themselves will have to take initiative so that people can feel the positive impact of price reduction. Although the liberation war has ended, but the liberation movement has not been ended. Still, lots of work need to be done to elevate hunger, poverty, empowering women, and controlling commodity price in the country. Executive Director of the News Department of ATN Bangla, Hassan Ahmed Chaudhry Kiran, made the remark at an event in the capital on Friday. Addressing the same event, Vice-Chancellor of National University, Professor Moshir Rahman, expressed optimism. Bangladesh will walk on the path of possibility under the leadership of the young people. Now a short break. We will be back soon with Bangladesh thrash Bhutan in SAF U16 women's football. You are watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. Stage is all set for Kumilla City mayoral by-polls and Mymensingh City Corporation polls. Electoral materials are already being sent to polling centres of both the cities. Tight security arrangements have been made to make the balloting in the polls smooth. Huge number of BGB troopers along with law enforcement personnel have been deployed to maintain law and order. The vote counting of the Supreme Court Bar Association polls ended up with a scuffle between the supporters of two groups. Balloting in the two-day Bar Association polls was held on Wednesday and Thursday. Although it is the norms to start vote counting on the night after the end of balloting, this time it did not happen. Clash erupted between the agents of Independent Secretary candidate and Awami League-backed candidates at 6:15 a.m. Friday. At one stage, Awami League-backed Secretary candidate Shah Manzoorul Haq and his supporters were forced to leave the Bar Association auditorium by the opposition supporters. Later, the Election Steering Committee chief declared independent candidate Nahid Sultana Juthi as winner in the secretary post. After that, the police seized 5 sealed ballot boxes as outsiders tried to smuggle them out. News around the world. Israeli army's overnight attacks killed at least 11 people in Gaza's city of Deir el-Balah. Many more have been wounded. Meanwhile, some 60,000 pregnant women are going through without proper health care and suffering dehydration and malnutrition. International Women's Day and Gaza's Health Ministry spokesperson Ashraf Al-Qudra provided an update on the challenges facing women in Gaza on Friday. Al-Qudra said about 5,000 women are still giving birth every month in harsh, unsafe and unhealthy conditions. He added, they have called on women's institutions around the world to stand beside Palestinian women, as well as demand an end to Israeli aggression. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden announced during his State of the Union speech, U.S. will build temporary pier on Gaza's coastline to allow aid to enter. He said Israel must allow more Gaza aid and ensure that humanitarian workers aren't caught in crossfire. Palestinian and Israeli women have been named in Women of the Year 2024 list by the world-famous Time magazine. Before International Women's Day, Time has named Israeli and Palestinian women calling for peace among its Women of the Year. It has listed 12 extraordinary leaders working toward a more equal world. This includes the name of Reem Hajjajra, founder of director of Palestinian organization Women of the Sun. There is also Israeli woman Yael Admi, co-founder of Women's Wage Peace, Both of them are working to resolve Israel-Palestine conflict and establish peace. Among others, there are writer and director Greta Gerwig, actress and climate rights activist Shailene Woodley, poet Ada Limon, tennis player Coco Gaugue, human rights activist Nadia Murad, Nobel laureate economist Claudia Goldin are also in Time's list. Gunmen have attacked a school in Nigeria's northwest region of Kaduna State and abducted at least 287 students. This has marked the second mass abduction in West African nation in less than a week. The assailants reportedly have surrounded the government-owned school in Kuduna's Kuriga town just as the pupils and students were about to start school day at around 8 a.m. Sani Abdullahi, the head teacher, said Kaduna that total number of those missing were 287. Security forces arrived with the governor several hours later as a search operation widened, while community members and parents gathered to wait for news. Governor said they will ensure that every child will come back and are working with security agencies. However, no group claimed responsibility for attack. Armed groups who have been accused of carrying out violent attacks and kidnappings for ransom over the year has been blamed. News around the world. Now sports news. Bangladesh will face Sri Lanka in the third and series decider final T20 at Sylhet on Saturday at 3 p.m. The Tigers will enter the field on this day with the aim of winning the first T20 series win against Sri Lanka. After losing the first match of the series against Sri Lanka, Nazmul Hussain Shanto's team won the second match to level series 1-1. Thursday's match is therefore an unwritten final for both teams. In the second match to level the series, it looked like much disciplined Bangladesh side, though Shanto Ridor's responsible batting and controlled bowling by the bowlers. Tiger coach Haturu Singh has said in the press conference, Bangladesh squad might remain unchanged in this match. The toss became an important factor as the previous two matches were played under floodlights as the evening dew affected the match. However, since the match will end before evening, the toss will not have much importance. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Prime Minister tells both women and men to work for progress. Government creating fright everywhere, alleges BNP. Road mishap leaves 7 dead in Pirozpur. Users think fuel price reduction not to have any real impact. Stage all set for Kuma City mayoral and Mymensingh city polls. Bangladesh trash Bhutan in SAF U16 women's football. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.